What if I told you she's already thinking about another man? Asterisk, and no, it's not the guy who tells her how beautiful she is every morning. Asterisk, not the guy who takes her to candlelit dinners, buys her her favorite snacks, and replies to every text in seconds. Asterisk, not the one who waits around, hoping that one day she'll finally see his value. Asterisk, the man she can't stop thinking about. He didn't send daily updates. He didn't chase. Asterisk, he stirred something in her soul. And then he disappeared. He didn't argue. He didn't explain. Asterisk, he walked away not to hurt her, but because he didn't need her to feel like a man. Asterisk, you've been told your whole life that being nice wins the girl. Asterisk, that if you're loyal, expressive, thoughtful, always available, she fall in love. And yet here you are, left on red, stuck in the friend zone, trying to figure out what you did wrong. Asterisk, tell me that doesn't hurt like hell. But here's the truth, no one tells you the path they taught you to take, the one of the good guy, the always there, overgiving man. It's broken. Asterisk, and it's time you stop playing a game where the rules weren't made for you to win. Asterisk, so if you're tired of being overlooked. Asterisk, if you're ready to walk away from the role of emotional provider. Asterisk, if you're ready to become the man women don't just notice, but can't forget. Stay with me. This isn't a dating tip. This is a full-blown reset. And we start now. 1. Stop trying to impress her. Asterisk, every time you try to earn her love by flexing your achievements, showing off your lifestyle, showering her with praise, you lower your own worth. Asterisk, not because giving is weak, but because when it's given out of desperation, it screams insecurity. You hand her the throne. You put yourself in the position of auditioning for her approval. Asterisk, and the moment she senses that dynamic, she loses respect even if she doesn't realize it. Asterisk, you think your hard work, your constant presence, your good heart will finally win her over. Asterisk, but none of that builds mystery. Asterisk, none of that creates magnetism. Asterisk, it builds comfort, and comfort, in the early stages, kills desire. She doesn't want the man who waits on her. She remembers the man who had a life before her and didn't stop it for her. Asterisk, real attraction isn't about impressing. Asterisk, it's about being rooted. So grounded in who you are that you have nothing to prove. Asterisk, she wants to feel your value, not be shown it. Asterisk, and when you stop trying to be chosen and start living like you've already chosen yourself, that's when everything changes. 2. Master your emotional center. Powerful men are calm. They don't flinch when someone pulls away. Asterisk, they don't spiral into anxiety when a message goes unanswered. Asterisk, they don't chase when they feel distance, because they know silence is data. Distance is direction. Asterisk, and any woman who makes you question your worth isn't aligned with your path. Asterisk, most men, they panic. They send multiple texts. They overcompensate. Asterisk, they pour more love into a woman who's already halfway out the door. Asterisk, and it's not because they're weak, it's because they've been conditioned to fix everything. Asterisk, but in doing so, they lose their balance. Asterisk, they become emotionally dependent on her validation. Asterisk, what she craves isn't your frantic attention, it's your center. The stillness that says, I see what's happening, but I will not be moved. You build that stillness with discipline, with mornings that aren't dictated by your phone, with routines that rewire your nervous system, with sweat, silence, strength, and solitude. This isn't about pretending not to care. This is about becoming so solid within yourself that no one's inconsistency can shake you. Asterisk. Because once she realizes you're not reacting, you're not chasing, you're not pleading, that's when she starts to wonder what she lost. -3. Become the man she can't predict. Asterisk. The second she knows exactly what you'll say, how you'll respond, when you'll reach out to become emotionally dead in her world. Attraction requires unpredictability, not chaos, not manipulation, mystery. Asterisk. If she can read your next move, you've already lost her imagination. Asterisk. And without imagination, there is no emotional tension. So stop giving her every detail. Stop revealing your entire heart in the first week. Asterisk. Stop trying to bond by oversharing. Let your life speak instead. Train in silence. Build in silence. Let her wonder where you are, what you're doing, who you're becoming. Asterisk. Because mystery is not about playing games. Asterisk. It's about having layers she has to earn access to. Asterisk. When you move with depth, when your energy is felt but never fully possessed, she starts to chase the part of you she can't quite reach. Asterisk. 4. Match her distance with silence. Asterisk. Every connection has a turning point. The first moment her texts come slower. The first time she sounds less interested. That's your moment of truth. Most men crumble. Asterisk. They chase harder. They ignore the red flags. They become addicted to trying to win back the attention that's fading. But here's the law of masculine energy. If she pulls back, you pull back twice as far. Not out of ego, but out of clarity. Your job is not to convince. Asterisk. It's not to persuade her to stay. It's to observe, and then to act accordingly. Go back to your purpose. Build your days so full that her absence barely registers. Asterisk. And if she notices the shift, let her sit with it. Let her feel what it's like when your energy is no longer available on demand. Asterisk. And if she doesn't notice, then good. That's your permission to walk without looking back. 5. Limit her access. Asterisk. Too much access destroys mystery. Too much availability kills value. You weren't born to be someone's emotional assistant. You were born to lead, to build, to conquer your inner world before you conquer anything outside of you. So start protecting your time like it's sacred. Asterisk. Because it is. Don't answer texts while you're working. Don't rearrange your schedule just to talk. Asterisk. Don't treat attention as something she deserves by default. Asterisk. If she wants you, your energy, your focus, your presence, she must meet your standards. Asterisk. Let her wonder where you are. Asterisk. Let her work for the space she once had for free. Asterisk. Because men who are always reachable are rarely respected. Asterisk. But the man who moves with discipline and chooses when to engage, that's the man who stands out in her mind when everything else fades. Asterisk. 6. Say less. Move sharper. Words don't carry power unless they're backed by direction. And most men talk too much. They explain too much. They try to earn connection through communication. Asterisk. But connection doesn't come from what you say. Asterisk. It comes from the space you command when you say nothing at all. Asterisk. Your silence should say more than your paragraphs ever could. So train yourself in restraint. When she sends a test, pause. When she pulls away, breathe. When she complains, observe. Asterisk. When she talks, listen, don't jump to fix. Asterisk. The man who speaks less but lives more creates a gravity that words can't fake. Asterisk. And she feels it. Asterisk, she senses that you are not moved by her storms. That's when her energy changes. That's when she starts reaching in instead of pulling away. 7. Leave the room without announcement. Asterisk. Here's what most men never understand. The most powerful thing you can do is disappear. No warning. Asterisk. No emotional outburst. Just silence. You stop reaching out. You stop checking in. You stop lingering in her orbit. Asterisk. You walk away with calm, with clarity, with complete conviction, not because you're angry, but because your energy is no longer available to someone who mishandled it. Asterisk, and that absence. Asterisk, that void. It does what no text ever could. It echoes, it lingers, it haunts. Asterisk, and in that stillness, she begins to realize what she lost. Asterisk, not just a man, but a presence, a protector. Asterisk, a force that asked for nothing, but gave everything. Asterisk, and if she never realizes it, even better, because it means you just set yourself free from someone who couldn't meet your depth. So here's your wake-up call. Asterisk, you're not here to prove. You're not here to chase. You're not here to earn what should be given in return. You're here to build, to lead, to create. And if you're ready to become the man women don't forget, asterisk, the man who doesn't need validation because he embodies value, then the Stoic relationship blueprint is your next step. This isn't some trick or surface level advice. Asterisk, this is the manual you never got, the roadmap to reclaiming your power, your presence, and your peace. It's linked in the comments. No subscriptions, no fluff, just real, life-altering guidance you'll use forever. Asterisk, so, if this hit you in the chest, comment, "I'm done chasing." Then subscribe. Share this with the brother who needs it. Asterisk, because someone out there is still bending, still shrinking, still begging, and your transformation might be the message that saves him.